Just
Please leave your message.
Hello, this is Dimitri, and I'm not here.
hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, dude? You're on the show.
Oh, I'm on a show. Well, hello, everybody. Who's there?
No one's in the chat, but there's some people listening.
That's cool. How are you?
Doing good. Happy almost dog show day.
Yeah, today was going to be the big day.
It's
To
rescheduled
put
though,
on a
right?
smelly old costume. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hey, what
It
did we used to do to clean those costumes? Because they were horrible. That wasn't a summer tour, but they did get ridiculously sweaty.
Well, it wasn't a summer tour, remember? So everything was fine up until Florida, Orlando specifically.
Yeah.
Was the one where it got real bad. That's when things took a turn for the worse as far as the smelliness.
Yeah, because it did transition into spring as well, but it was
They by
were
the time
gross
we
costumes.
got to Florida, Tampa Bay shoe electric time.
There was like also dance parties in the costume.
Yep. It was specifically the Orlando one was the most. In my opinion, that was one of the strange. I think that was the strangest show we did on that tour because we were like, is everyone on ecstasy? How's that possible?
That was a kind of a music festival of sorts.
Yeah.
That was like Orlando's South by Southwest or something.
Kind of, yeah. It was called like the Orange. Didn't it have like the Orange Fest or something? It had something to do with oranges. I can't remember what, but yeah. So like it was a totally packed show, and then we made the mistake of going to a different venue to join a dance party, all the while in our smelly doggy costume.
Well, it was
And
another
then
show.
it was
It
over.
was Tyranny
Which one?
show. It was like the pauses, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, there are photos from that. Of course. We went
Right.
to that party or that show because it was, the festival, right?
Yeah, and you guys were still in the dog costumes and you were dancing. And then
And
that's
people
also
were like groping us like crazy. They were just like it was.
you
so,
guys were, yeah, you were very brave in those dog costumes. Like
well,
I
we
would
paid a
pretty
price.
much change out of my Brian the Cat tuxedo right off the bat and hit the bar. And you guys would, like, Nick was in character for, well, Nick always is in character for hours after the shows. But and that same show in Orlando, that would definitely be my first show there at that venue.
Bill's Pub.
Yeah, it's like a little dive bar, but like Nirvana had played there, was their claim to fame and stuff.
Yeah, totally. Like Greg plays there all the time. Greg Harris plays there. Brenda VIT.
Yeah.
So like that was kind of. I mean, it was a great show. I remember the show was insane. They were all like, again, that was another one where we were like, they're so rabid. I thought we were going to get attacked on stage, which in a good way. And then from there, the costume smelled so bad. We went on I don't know. We had another at least like month or a show to go, if not more. No, well, because we started in Chicago, went west, got to LA by mid-February. Then we probably had another few weeks to go because we had to go all the way up into like, I think New York and stuff was after and all that. I could be wrong, but anyway, we did.
Well, you have to remember we started in Chicago.
We started in Chicago,
which feels weird because all the other ones now have started in California for the most part.
Right. Because it is odd whenever we start a show. Right. I always felt that it was weird to start a show out of LA for me, but now, that's kind of, now we don't do that much anymore. When we do, it feels weird. But then the process of cleaning and getting the smell out was a mix of potpourri. Well, we went to CVS and we bought literally every cleaning supply they had, which was, in retrospect, what? How did we think that was going to work?
Well, we didn't know.
We didn't. But we put potpourri. We did vodka. No, later we did vodka. Thanks to Suki, she was
That's right. Suki recommended we spray bottle it. We spray vodka out of a spray bottle.
Which I think we did on tour, but I think that actually did help a lot.
I think so too.
They still smell like powder.
Yeah, it's like the smells are kind of like just like bacteria or something. So like the alcohol kills it. But like do you remember like being in so many like laundromats when we'd spray them down and it would just look like these like dead dog skins just like lying just look like a massacre of like Chuck E. Cheese like animatronic things.
Yeah, and we went to a dry cleaner because we had a day off at one point in Florida. It was like in between, Jacksonville or whatever it was, Tampa, whatever. And we went to that. I think also that's when our car, when we finally got it fixed, and we turned out Scott just had the emergency brake on the whole time, or Scott put on the emergency brake and never shut it off.
That was definitely a thing because
that was on that. That might have been the same day.
There was a bunch of day off. That was a big thing. That's what we found out. But also then within that same tour, the exhaust had to be completely replaced. Because remember outside of Boston, or no, DC maybe.
No, outside of DC.
We broke down completely. And did you and me and Aaron go and start the show? I just remember we started the show without Nick.
It was definitely you and me and probably Aaron, It
was definitely Aaron because I remember Aaron was like in like typical like Aaron like manic mode of like wanting it to be an amazing show, but also dealing with the anxiety of like half of us were not there and we didn't know if we'd even be able to do it or if we'd have to do it just the three of us. And he was like he was like doing all these things that like the venue people didn't want him to do. Like they were like, yeah, don't put any signs up or whatever because like it's not a great neighborhood and we just want people who already have tickets to come to the show. It's already like sold out. It was just a house venue. And
Yeah,
and so he immediately like goes out to the like block and just puts like signs
Starts
like garage
sweet showing.
sale kind of starts sweet show and everything. Like he put a whole like red carpet up, like come on in. Like sure enough, like all these like neighborhood kids just kind of showed up that were too young to get in anyway, and it was a problem.
That is.
It was
That
funny.
was a great show, though. Everyone got there on time.
Oh, yeah.
Seconds before the show, I remember, and it was a wonderful. That was like a very
Yeah, Nick couldn't find parking when I started the show.
Yeah.
He was still trying to find parking, so I was doing.
But didn't we do it
my
like
intro.
right on time? Like, didn't you do a long intro and then
Yeah,
like
I
he
did a
got
long
there, like-
intro, and I got off the stage playing the videos, and he had just gotten there and like was getting into costume for the actual dog
Yes.
part.
I remember that night well and being like, this feels like the most, like, because we're in DC, it feels specifically pretty cool. That like,
It was
usually I'm
super
kind
fun.
of against house shows.
Yeah,
That was very, 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 very fun.
And
that was
we
like
went-
one of our better, if not our best house show.
yeah, we went like dancing afterwards. I remember. Obviously, I
think we
don't know
did.
where we went, but and I also feel like Travis was in town. Must probably because it was DC. And who else would materialize?
Sure. I'm sure. That sounds about right.
But politician, comedian Travis. And you and I, when they finally got the exhaust changed on the thing, you and me and maybe Vinod went and saw that hockey movie. Do you remember that?
We saw Goon.
We saw
Which I didn't think there'd be a sequel to Goon, which there is, you know. Have we talked about this?
I've seen the sequel to Goon.
Okay.
I've seen
How is
Goon
it? Better
too.
than the first?
It's just the same.
Well, I'm a
It's the same
massive
movie.
Sean William Scott fan, truly. Unironically, I'm a huge
Yeah.
Sean William Scott fan. I have been since when I saw American Pie, I went, that is a star if I've
Yeah.
ever seen one. And, you know, if I ever become, the jury's still out over whether any of us will become major motion picture directors. We're working at it so hard.
Yeah, we're
After all
trying.
these years, we're trying so hard, and look, I'm going to be the one. Like, if Tarantino can revive the likes of John Travolta and Kurt Russell or whatever, you know, whoever it might be, that's going to be me and Sean William Scott.
Yeah,
He's going to be like a hitman in his 50s or something.
sure. Yeah, no,
Something
he's
like that.
he's
That's all,
great.
you know, I'm not the writer.
You know
You
who's
figure
in
it
the
out.
sequel? I think
I never
what's
saw
his name? Liv wait, how do you say his name? Liv Shriver?
Liev Schreiber.
Liev Shriver, yeah. I think he's in the
Goon
sequel.
too?
Yeah, he's like the another goon. He's like another guy who punches
He
people.
plays a goon.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think
It is.
maybe I'm
it's
confusing
directed
because
by Jay Baruchel. He directed it. Did he do
Yeah.
the first one?
yeah. Well, he at least wrote the first one.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, because he
Okay,
plays
I
like
didn't
the
know really-
annoying guy, like the friend of the.
Yeah, I knew he was in it, but I didn't know that he actually. Oh, there you go. I've always
Yeah.
been like, that guy seems like a cool guy. He seems like a guy you'd want to like. As far as celebrities go, you can be like, I can hang out with that dude.
Yeah. Well, that was the funny thing is that we went and saw that movie with our like only time off. Cause like I just wanted to
again-
see a regular, like mediocre Hollywood-ish
Yep.
movie in a movie theater that wasn't
It really
like
ties back
so
to right
bad
now,
it's
doesn't
good.
it?
Yeah, it kind of does.
No, that's exactly how I feel right now. Right, that's how it felt. I remember that feeling of being like, I feel like I'm in a kind of okay jail where I get to work. I get to like go around the country, but I can't really leave like
Yeah.
the prison van.
Right.
It's kind of like a work release program. And then that day, I just remember being like, I want to go to the shittiest mall, like outdoor,
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, like 800 taps kind of spot,
Yeah,
which we did.
We did. We went and got like wings and shit.
We got wings and like garbage food and just basically just talked about how we don't have freedom and I can't wait to eat what I want to eat and sleep where I want to sleep again.
Yeah, that's right.
And because part of it too is that on that tour, funny that we didn't do that much compared to what we do ever since then. Like even the holiday special tour, sure, your viewers are loving this inside baseball talk. Well, maybe
Yeah.
but we did. Like, Doggy Woggies was the first time that we realized it was only our second tour, big tour, and we were like, oh, whoops. We need to, like, break up the show. I think I've mentioned this before, but it was when John Lee of PFFR fame came out of the New York show early at the Bell House, like while we were like outside hanging out or smoking or whatever, and he just goes, "Just too many dogs, just too many dogs." And when the guy who put together the Patience episode of Wonder Shows, and among all of Wonder Shows, but specifically that episode, tells you that there's too many dogs, maybe it's time to take a break every 10 minutes or so. Which is great.
I remember when, because the first show was in Chicago, and I remember like Dan, I forget Dan's last name, Dan from Chicago.
Oh, sure, Chicago.
I mean, he's always hilariously mean, but
you're talking about Richardson.
Yeah. Dan, who did the podcast with Natalie,
of course,
which I did the theme song for. But
you did,
and then he came up to me because again, like a lot of that show was just us hanging out, like not really doing much.
It's weird to think that we toured with that many.
We just played the whole movie.
Didn't have that much to do.
Did an intro and outro.
It was our biggest lot. We've never had that many people before or since. I guess on Holiday Special we kind of did, but no, it was the most people on any tour at one time.
Yeah,
we did the least out of any tour at one time.
Yeah, it did. It didn't make a lot of sense, but it was super fun. And then,
but it was a blast.
Yeah, and I remember Dan coming up to me like while the movie was playing and being like, "So is this like? Are you guys gonna do like any? Is this gonna be funny ever? Is this ever gonna be like funny or entertaining or anything?" What a jerk!
Oh man, what a dick! What a dick. He's been a source of that same tone after all this time with the whole the situation. I will not say by name.
Oh yeah,
but he's been commenting like, "Well, theirs is better though."
Oh yeah, my friend Kevin just said in the chats, "Loving this Quibi talk."
I mean, it would come up at one point or another.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe legally you're not allowed to comment. You can neither confirm nor deny anything. I don't know.
No, it's more just like we're trying to be
trying to move on. Probably.
We're not exactly. We're just hoping folks do the right thing. We're hoping there's going to be some. We're hoping we can agree to something where everyone's satisfied.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm hoping that too.
It's upset. It's a bummer.
It is a bummer. Whatever.
I mean, look, it's just being kicked in the groin while everyone else in the world has already been kicked in the groin. So it's more just like, as if the world wasn't shitty enough. I got to deal with this now. I don't. Can this have happened a month ago or 2 months ago or in a month from now? Maybe, I don't know. It's just
it's just an annoying. Everything is exasperated by just being a little cooped up. Like so many friendship dramas, little anxieties are just ramped up.
Yep, that's really all it feels like. Is that it'd already be shitty, but now it's just worse. But no, we're I couldn't get any work done for the first couple days, but it's better now. I can not look at Twitter. That's the worst.
Yeah,
you were absolutely right to get off social media because I hate it as is. The only one I use is Instagram. Even then, it just gives me a stomachache when I look at it now. But Twitter, I never ever use because except for maybe I'll go to the Discovered page and. I'll see like what's trending and then go, why is that trending? Oh, it's just people talking about why something's trending. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. You can't avoid Twitter. It's like it would be like trying to avoid whatever any kind of channel, because like anytime I'm reading about something in the news, they're like, and Twitter says this, like Twitter is a consultant, like a person.
Well, what it really is. So this is coming from. Working at BuzzFeed, what this not that I've been told this, it's just obvious when you just see it. When you're writing so many articles all the time, it's so easy and lazy to write. It's not even lazy. I mean, it's lazy, but it's also just hard for writers have to write like 10 articles a day now or whatever it is. And so all they can do is, and they're all on Twitter anyway, so all they can do is just go, I mean, Suki, my wife, is sitting next to me. She's so sick of me saying it, but it's every third article is people going, a thing in the news happened and certain people don't agree with it. And then you can make any argument you want by finding negative tweets on Twitter. And I'd say it's about 60% of articles right now is just that.
Yeah.
Is someone has an opinion
true.
and some people don't agree with it.
Right. Well, I mean, and obviously ad nauseum, I've said the same shit over the years. Like, I hate saying it because I hate hearing how it comes out of my mouth because it feels like the new I don't even have a television.
Yeah.
I don't even understand people watching
mad at themselves
television.
Right now.
For me, it's just a nice book and a fire, and I make my own furniture. But like, it is like that. Like, I just hated how much I would read shit on Facebook just to be pissed off. Like, for some reason, that's something in me is that like I'm I have so much contrariness to me that I like the argument. And I'll just like want to like read something that I know is just gonna piss me off. It's like listening to fucking Rogan's podcast, like like I know not to listen when he has Jordan Peterson on, and I don't anymore. But like I had to learn.
I know. Yep.
I had to learn.
I do. I've been better about it than ever, but there were definitely. I think in some ways to defend it, I think it's a good thing to like see how the other half lives.
Yeah, that's true.
To like, because there are too many times where I was sick of being in my own bubble and being like, just whatever dumb decision that I came to conclusion on, being like, well, my bubble says that Trump is going to lose by a landslide in 2016. And it was like, maybe I should stop reading the same 4 news sources all the time, not to get better coverage, but just to hear what the other side. Like Nick and I were talking about, we had a sickness of reading Breitbart and Blaze comments for every topic. And you know what? I don't regret it. I really don't. It was really, it's the thing that I do now that I don't even feel bad about because it's much less. It's like a good way to like wean off what we're talking about is I'm on Reddit all the time. I still use Reddit a lot, and I don't really mind it. It's I got my teeth with it, but whatever. But the Ask Trump Supporters subreddit is pretty amazing. It's repetitive, but it's interesting. It's you have to be calm or you get kicked out right away. So everyone's actually really civil in it, and it's just like every new situation, the thread will be like, okay, he said that that medication is going to cure it, and he owns a stake in it. What do you feel about this? And then there'll just be hundreds of comments from like, I'm not going to say they're thought out in the sense that like they're not just like Twitter garbage, and it is depressing. I mean, he's going to, he's gonna slide right into 2020. So I'm just preparing myself for that.
Well, it's like it feels like engaging with. I mean, so there's totally that feeling of feeling like I'm in a bubble, which we are.
Yeah,
and I feel like one of the reasons it's interesting to just see what other people think. Or like the reason to listen to like Rogan here and there is like because like every once in a while you will kind of agree or disagree with something within the bubble, or just be like feels like cult talk almost.
Yeah,
and you can't within your bubble. You feel like you can't really like discuss it without like offending people. So it's interesting to hear the complete opposite point of view, which unfortunately is usually so extreme that you're like, okay, I'm way more alienated by this view, like 1,000 times like this. And the problem with the other view often is that it's like, it feels like the frustration of just dealing with the mentally ill, essentially, of just like trying to rationalize something that's just not rational.
Yeah, but it saves time. Like that's why going on Twitter, it's like you'd actually go on Twitter and argue with a stranger about Trump in 2020.
Yeah.
Wait, millions of people do that daily? And I'm like, I'm not even talking about like the Russian bot thing. I'm like, no, these are humans. There are humans I'm reading back and forth on, and it is
Yeah.
And I mean, just
I
if you ever
think
want,
it's
like, do you ever?
it's
Go
just
ahead.
loneliness. Like so much of it is
Yeah,
just pure
it is.
loneliness. Like it's not
Totally.
real opinions even for these people. It's just like all these like psychotic groups that form that then send a crazy person to a pizza shop with a machine gun. Like all these groups, their primary thing that they all share is just pure loneliness. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
Oh, a
all of the
100,000%.
beliefs are completely arbitrary. Like, you know, the fact that they all share them is the only thing that is not incidental. It's what keeps them together. But like the actual
Look, I think
beliefs
what
are
matters, I think what
arbitrary.
really matters is that what's really going to win the election this year, what's really going to turn things around is for people to post under every Trump tweet, just like a confetti meme, just like an orange Cheeto meme.
Yeah.
Photoshopping him in a prison uniform is great because he's totally going to jail in 2020, man. 2021. Him and the family.
Yeah, yeah. I
As
mean,
we're discussing it, I'm looking at one right now, and it's just like
John Oliver will save us. 100%.
Yeah,
And where's John
John Oliver will save us all.
Stewart? Could we just get John Stewart back? He would know what to
No,
do.
I'm just gonna say it. I miss him.
I miss John Stewart.
I am seeing less and less of the "I really miss Obama" memes, but I think they're still around. I just probably just don't see them as much. But it's like, really, that's helping? How is that helping right now? Who is that? Just shut up. Anyway, it just.
Oh, Kevin just said in the
from,
chats, Joe Rogan is the Chuck Palahniuk of podcasts. What
I
he
like that
doesn't
people are
know,
mad at him about.
what Kevin
like,
doesn't
that's
know
not a
is
bad
Chuck
point.
Palahniuk was on Joe Rogan once.
Oh, of course
That
he
is
was,
an episode
right?
you should listen to. It's pretty interesting.
How is it? Is it good?
It's totally
Yeah, just talk
interesting.
about-
He got like he's one of these writers who got ripped off by like an accountant or whatever, and it like stole all of his money, and they have no idea what he did with it. He didn't get any of it back.
For real?
For real.
Is he like, damn, that sucks. That's cold.
That would be insane. I mean, think about how weird that would be to have like well, I just mean like the strangeness of like think about for me, it's hard for me to keep track of stuff, you know, like and I'm like, you know, a paycheck to paycheck kind of person. And it's
Sure.
still really hard for me to keep track of like making sure I report to my health insurance about, you know, how much California aid I'm getting and make sure whatever, like I remember my passwords for these bills.
Yeah.
It's like tough and stuff. And then I imagine like all these like the different sorts of paychecks you have coming in and like money, you're suddenly rich at middle age, like at like 40, he's like suddenly rich. And then you like you know, you don't know how to handle that kind of money or whatever. So you're like told that you're supposed to invest it, but like think about how complicated that is. And you just want to write another book about some like sexual deviant beating up another sexual deviant. And you know, you're like you're busy with that, and you're dressing up like Abe Lincoln, which I think Chuck Palahniuk did. And then, you know, you wouldn't keep track of it. You just be like, okay, so that like I have I think like a couple $1,000s in a whatever in a 401k or whatever from when I worked at the factory still. And
that's better than most people.
I know. And I wear that like a badge of honor. And I still have no idea what that means. I know it exists out there, and I'm told that you know, it's like a thing and it's like in the market or whatever. And I'm like, well, does that mean it's gonna go or like?
Do you feel like it's not? Do you feel like it'll like by the time we get to be 65, none of that will be?
I have no. Well, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea. I would not be surprised if the guy who manages that money called me one day and was like, "Oh, dude, it's all gone," and I'd be like, well, there you go. That's the market. You know, I wouldn't fucking know.
I was against all that stuff. I was against all of it for a really, really, really long time, Suki and I. And then the Super Deluxe job was like very, you know, I was very lucky to have it. So I was like, okay, I don't want to, you know, screw this up. So we, you know, I like started to put it away. And even now, like with everything going on, I just talked to our like guy last week, which is like even weird to have a guy for the last couple of years, but it does for me, who just like used to just money like just depresses me. It's just depressing.
Of course.
I get sad when I have it. I get sad when I don't. It's just like, it's sad. So if I can put it away somewhere, then it just kind of like, I don't think about it. And then even now with everything going on, like, yeah, it's not good. Like I looked at it when I tried not to, and I like had to, and I was like, okay, I actually expected it to be worse. And also, I'm not 65 right now. If I was, yeah, it'd probably be a little panic.
Yeah,
but it's also going to be. It's just what you just have to keep learning that it's just going to keep happening over and over and over again.
But that's the balance. It's such a balance. Like you can't be like assured of your money unless you're like a fucking animal, like an aggressive animal guarding it and or investing or doing whatever and earning more and more. But at the same time, like if you just completely be like, I'm not going to pay any attention to this, you're going to end up, it's going to hurt you in the future, and you're going to end up thinking more and more about it later because you don't have any, which I've been in that position many a time.
Yeah, that's why I was in that position so many times, and I get other offices where they have like a 401k talk, but clearly the company doesn't want you to invest in their 401k because, like, why would they? They have to pay for it. It was hysterical. I mean, some are better than others, but like it was just weird because, like, when I was in like my early 20s, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what this means. Who's going to do this for me? What are you talking? I can barely do my taxes. I didn't do my taxes.
Oh, that's right. You didn't do your taxes for a really long time."
Yeah, maybe we
should talk about that.
It's not a law. There's no law against it, Brian. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Yeah.
There's no constitutional amendment.
Yeah, you realize that income tax is totally illegal, and the IRS is a private company, which is the primary focus of this show, and that and 9/11.
Which is bad at 9/11. So I'm putting on speaker because
hi, Brian.
Didn't know that I was.
Hey, Suki. I assume.
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, good. I gotta. Well, now I gotta take a call. I think that may be so important. Let me call you back. Call Suki.
Okay.
Goodbye. Sorry.
I'm still here. Don't worry, people.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, you can't just jump in. You can't just jump in and expect I won't call. Because I will.
I wanted to call. I'm just
I
going into the closet so Dimitri can be on the phone call that he's on.
Yeah, I find myself running away from Chisa's work Zoom conversations a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't just accidentally walk in with no pants on.
No, the other day, one of Dimitri was in a Zoom call in his office, which is also the closet. And I like had a snack for him, and I like knocked on the door to hand him the snack, and didn't realize that the camera could totally see me, and I was not wearing any pants. I mean, I was wearing like underwear. I was wearing like tiny shorts, and then I was just like, "Oh my god, do we say something? Do we acknowledge that this has happened?" And like, or do I just like I don't know?
Yeah,
I haven't met these people in person.
We're all learning a new etiquette. I keep like walking into the living room and being like, "Are you and I like whisper, I'm like, are you on a call?"
Yeah.
Because it's just, often it'll be like muted, and then I like won't know.
Yeah. I like to bother Dimitri when he's on a call. Like sometimes I'll just like try to distract him or do something. And like he doesn't like he's like a brick wall. He does not give at all. And like there was one day where I was showing him my butt a lot, and he was just like, "Look, if anything went wrong technically, you could have been showing your butt to so many people."
Yeah, that'd be like a federal offense.
I guess so.
Yeah. That's daring. No, but Chisa will break. Chisa I can break pretty easily.
Well, that must be fun.
It is. It's very fun.
Dimitri's a very serious businessman. So
really, I would never describe him as that way.
He's not.
So how have you been? What you been up to?
I've been okay. It's been a weird stretch, but I'm okay. I'm playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah, everyone's doing that. I still don't know what it is.
Well, Brian, it's a video game.
What's it on?
And
is it on the phone?
It is on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay. Everyone's got a Switch.
Yeah, honestly, it's turning out to be a very good investment. I've played other Animal Crossing games, but like this one is great. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm running that Instagram account where we do double features every day for people that are on streaming sites.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I've been doing that with my friend KJ. It's called Remote Viewing Cinema.
Oh yeah, Chisa told me about that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What's on the docket next?
Next, let's see. Well, I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule. Today, we posted a Cynthia Rothrock double feature. That's pretty darn good.
She's a true badass.
She is a true badass. She's amazing.
Yeah. Are they actual? Most of her movies were from Hong Kong, right?
Yes. So the first one of the ones we were highlighting today is Yes, Madam, which is the buddy cop comedy she did with Michelle Yeoh. Cool. And it is very good. That one's like the best. The early ones are really good. That one, like China O'Brien, is really good. So one of the ones I recommended today is a later one, and it's very wacky. She has like ESP and is solving a murder, and it's like from the 90s, so it's a very different vibe.
Yeah, there's a movie called Vibes actually. Have you seen Vibes?
Vibes.
It's a movie with Jeff Goldblum.
Is that a Steven? Oh no, Jeff Goldblum.
And the pop star who sings, I'm just like blanking, who sings "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." Oh my god,
that's not Madonna. Oh, this is embarrassing. Can other people hear this?
Anyway, it stars the two of them, and they and a group of other Cyndi Lauper, yes, and Jeff Goldblum, and they have they're like a group of people who think they have psychic powers, and they're trying to solve mysteries together.
Oh yeah,
it's a pretty fun 90s kind of goofy comedy.
I should revisit this.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a funny Cyndi Lauper story?
Yeah, please.
So I have my friend Natalia, who you know Natalia, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Natalia, she's like she like builds custom costumes and stuff like that, and she was working in the Grammys this past year.
Okay.
And she was like set up right by the stage, I guess, doing alterations in like 100 different costumes.
Wow.
And at one point she went to the bathroom, and it was like the main bathroom that all like celebs were using.
Uh-huh.
And there was a woman who was crying in the bathroom, and
like in a stall.
I think I don't know if she was in a stall. I gotta like clarify that. She's crying in the bathroom, and like Cyndi Lauper comes in. And Cyndi, who apparently was like, a little toasted. Cyndi Lauper comes in and was like, "Oh no, why are you crying?" And this woman was like, "My husband just asked me for a divorce." And Cyndi Lauper was like, "Fuck him." It was like, "You know who I am?" And the woman was like, "No." And she was like, "I'm Cyndi Lauper. I sing the song 'Girls Just Want to Have Fun.'" And the woman was like, "Okay." And Cyndi Lauper was like, "You need to go have fun. Like you're gonna. I'm telling you, you got to go have a good time." And then Cyndi Lauper left, and I just like imagining that woman's like divorce story now includes Cyndi Lauper in a really like honestly that would make me feel better.
Of course. Well, I mean, I'm sure every time she told that story, she was just like, I don't know, some woman came in and was just like, and then everyone was like, wait, Cyndi Lauper came in and offered you comfort?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like
the amazing. That's the best case scenario there.
Yeah. Yeah. When the person who sang "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" is telling you to just have fun, you got to listen.
You do have to.
At least for the rest of the Grammys. I think for at least the rest of the night, you have to try to have fun.
That's true. But how are you doing, bud? What are you up to?
Oh man, I finally got into writing again. It took a while and I'm like really doing it up. I like almost forgot to do the show today because I was writing a lot. And
That's great.
It's been a great escape. It's really nice to kind of put the anxiety away and start writing just fiction that doesn't have anything to do with what's happening right now. But so that's
great.
Honestly been my primary focus. I'm still waiting on some videos from our pals you've already submitted, and I thank you for that.
Oh yeah, I did send you a video.
I'm making a music video with everybody's sending me little 5-second clips from outside of their apartment. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm still just kind of waiting. They're kind of coming in slowly. And that's honestly what I've been up to. I'm sick to death of cooking at this point. Chisa and I both are. And
me too. I mean, like, I never liked it to begin with.
Yeah, I was just getting into it, and now I'm just kind of, well, I think I'm just burned out because like I was getting into it, but like cooking just is so much. You need the right ingredients, to explore new things.
Totally.
And it's like
I also
yeah.
I feel like I need a lot of room to fail.
Yeah.
And like right now, I just like if I look at a recipe and it's like it has 6 eggs in it, and it's like if I fuck this up, I've wasted 6 eggs. And it's like I have been able to get eggs consistently. It's just that I'm not. We're not in a wasting of food moment.
Yeah, so, it feels pretty bougie, even just cooking for fun. And it's like, and like you said, like room for failure. Like I have fucked up like one batch of cookies and it ruined like 48 hours. I was just so mad that I had wasted all those ingredients and my time. And like, begrudgingly still ate the cookies. And they were fine.
Of course you eat them. Of course you do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Have you been I'm trying to think. So you were probably just submitting your short film that you just finished.
Oh, Brian.
A long time ago.
Let me tell you. It sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
So, film festival season is like, pretty messed up right now. And if you have a film that was doing the circuit, it's like a really sad situation. So where I'm at is, I was supposed to be in Cleveland for the Cleveland International Film Festival with my film at the end of March. And we, got the call that they canceled the festival. And I was like the days leading up to the flight, I was like, there's no way we're getting on this flight. Like we're not getting on this flight. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we had canceled it far before the flight was actually supposed to happen. My timeline is like all over the place. But either way, it's like Dimitri's parents were like, I was just like, there's no way this is happening. So that festival canceled, and then I got another festival that I was. Another festival that I had submitted to reached out and they were like, look, you were still under consideration. We just canceled the festival. So that festival got canceled entirely. I got accepted into a festival yesterday, but I can't say which one because I haven't announced it yet. But also like that festival, they postponed to be mid-September. And I'm just like, that is optimistic, man.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel about the tour. The potential,
Brian,
I'm like, how could that possibly happen? Like I talked to Nick a little bit and he's just like, I'm like there, I mean, like great, my brain's going to crazy things because I really want, like, I've already written a draft of the tour and I'm like, and it's funny and I'm excited to get it together and stuff. But it's like, obviously how could we tour in September? How could that happen? I don't know.
I don't want to be negative, but I look at it and I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Right.
There's no way. But I don't want to be negative. And also it's like, nobody knows anything. Like, I don't know. I feel like with the information that I have, I mean, look, Brian, even if we're allowed out.
Right. Even if we're allowed to do it, is anyone going to come?
I can't.
Like
I think about I'm thinking about myself. Like, okay, so like I had tickets to go see Orville Peck play in at Happy and Harriet in April, and obviously that got postponed.
Yeah.
But they rescheduled it for the end of October, and I'm just like, I know myself. I don't know how I'm gonna be. Like, how am I going to go to a show? Like, how would you feel? How do you feel about that?
So I've got like one part of my brain that is delusionally, and like Nick was kind of saying the same thing, like delusionally trying to rearrange all of the numbers that I'm watching come out as far as like people getting new cases and fatalities and things like this, and I'm like rearranging these numbers to make it like it will be okay to tour in September. But then there's the other part of me that is like, would I even want to go to a show in September or in October? Like, would I feel comfortable sitting down in a place like where everybody was going? And are the places even going to allow us to book a show? Are they going to be ready to open? Especially like state to state, who knows where all the states are in different places. Like Florida only just shut their doors, and like who knows like what's going to happen. And like also like once they reopen stuff, who knows if it'll get closed down again.
And
will that happen while we're on tour? I have no idea.
God. And like, speaking personally, like, you know, I don't want my loved ones to go on tour. Like, I just like I keep doing in an exercise in gratitude, my brain keeps doing this thing, and Demetrius too, we keep going back and forth. Like, my brain keeps doing this thing where it's like, oh my God, what if you had still been on tour in Europe when this happened?
Totally.
Oh my God, what if we had been in Cleveland when this happened and we were stuck in Cleveland? Like, all these things that I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so glad that, like, I'm just having a lot of gratitude for the fact that I'm like, I am in my home, I am safe, and Dimitri is here with me. Like, that's, I mean, there's a lot of times this could have happened where that would not be the case. Dimitri was gone 1 out of every 4 days last year. We did the math.
Wow.
And I'm just like, this is likely he could have been, oh God.
Yeah, it would have been likely, right? Yeah, exactly. And like, I've like, there's like, you know, like another part of me that's like, okay, if I go on tour, like, is there any way, like, do I get sick first? Do I try to get sick first so I don't get sick on tour? Like, obviously that's insane, and no one can do that. This isn't the measles or whatever, or like the chicken pox. It's not like something to be messed around with. But like at the same time, like, how it can't last forever, you know?
I don't know.
Like, can't last forever.
Can it not? I don't know.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah. I don't know. I also am like trying to recognize that, you know, when we're thinking about what, you know, would people even go to a show later, you know, even if they're allowed to, it's the reality is that we're experiencing this mass psychological trauma.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like, I mean, I have a lot of trauma informed language. Like, I know, like, it's like, I don't know, some people know how to navigate trauma a little differently than others. And I'm just like thinking about how much therapy everybody's going to need. And like, I'm not excluding myself. Like, I am just like, this is fucking me up. And it's weird because you can like feel it happening, you know?
Yeah, it's anxiousness.
Am I being too gloomy?
No.
No.
This is it's good to air it out. Like, because there is just an anxiousness of just like peeking my head outside now. And it's like, so it's like, how could when this starts, like, what does that process look like of like getting back into it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and there is a part of me of just like, you know, I do also think that like maybe the vast majority of our lives and of human life has been us not thinking about pandemics. And I do think possibly that we will ease back into the warmth of companionship a lot easier than we think we will. I think that's a possibility.
We're so adaptable. Like, I am already just like, I feel like hope feels like dangerous to me in the sense that I'm just like, I have to accept that this current reality I'm in is the only reality. And am I going to cope in here? I am going to cope. Right. But I can't, it's like, I know some other people might be like, oh, it's nice to think about what happens next. Or like, I'm going to do this when I get out, which I was doing at first. I was like, oh, I'm going to go do this one thing. The second things are back to like, quote unquote, normal.
Right.
But now I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Now I just want to be like, I have to assume I'm in here forever. And then when I'm not, that'll be great. Yep. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, let me be Andy Dufresne to your Red in the Shawshank Redemption and write to you from the future that hope is a good thing, the best of things.
Thank you. Yeah, it's cool. No, it's true. I didn't mean to be dismissive.
No, it's all good. I'm joking. So have you... Okay, so obviously with festivals and stuff in Limbo, I know you said last time, 1,000 years ago in person, you told me that you were kind of starting to work on some new pieces. Obviously, you don't want to talk about what the pieces are about, but like, are you working on it? Like, you still writing, storyboarding, doing anything like that?
It's funny. Right before this started, I was in the process of pitching a couple of shorts to a company, like a very well-funded major company that would give me a more than acceptable amount of money to create very, very short genre content. So I was like doing a pitch, and that was and it was going well, which like I really don't like pitching. I find it very difficult, and I mostly get impatient in the sense that I'm like, don't make me explain what I'm trying to do. I just want to do it. Obviously, that's not how anything works. So,
right. Yeah, but it's perfect. It's perfect in your brain, and then hearing you say it out loud, like I hate I as much as I can do not describe something when I'm writing it. Like obviously you have to learn how to talk about it at a certain point, but like in the actual creation, like describing something is just going to invite so much either it's going to release the tension that is creative drive to the point where like, you know, you talk about it too much, you don't have to make it anymore. Or
it's already done it.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least you've gotten like kind of some form of admiration, like somebody being like, that's a great idea. And you're like, yeah, it is. I don't even need to make it now. Or you like, or, you know, that's the thing I'm always saying to like Chisa, like, I don't want to tell you this because like, like, unless you respond with like, my God, that is brilliant. Anything else is just going to make me question the idea and be like, I don't do that. That's stupid. You know, even if it's just which it's going to be, the response is going to be like, huh, okay. Like at best, because what else do you say to an idea from a person who has 1,000 ideas a day about garbage?
Yeah. No, it's definitely like, man, I just like, I wish I didn't have. It's unfortunate that filmmaking is so expensive because it's just like, damn it, like I really just
you need to pitch it stuff. And even if you're not getting money for it, like you need to be able to. It's such a collaborative process. No matter at budgetless, it's even more collaborative in that case because you can't just tell people what to do and give them money. You have to like have them kind of be into it.
Totally. Yeah, it's you know. It's interesting. It's like, I don't know. So like, I'm pitching this stuff and like, I thought, I was doing pretty good. I thought it seems like they were, you know, they asked for like a lot of follow-ups on a couple of, you know, I pitched like 5 ideas. They were excited about 3, which I was like, great ratio. So, but then the pandemic started and now I'm like, I don't know if that slate of projects is dead. I don't want to like follow up too much, but so like that's one thing. So I have these 3 shorts that are scripted, and I'm like, ideally one of them will get picked up by this network, and then if not, I have 3 shorts that the second this is over I could move on. But I did write something to shoot in here with Dimitri, which
cool.
Yeah, so like the problem with that is that it means I have to be in it, and I don't love that. And I figured out a way. I have another actor who I want to record something to be in it as well, and just send me this independent piece that will then stitch into what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, it'll look like shit because I don't have any lights, and my camera's not bad that we have here, and like, you know, it's just like it's not gonna look great.
Limitations.
Yeah,
it's good.
Just keep thinking if I make it and it sucks, but I think it has something, I'll just make it again.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, that's something I need to accept. Is that like I accept it in every other form, but making videos is so hard that like I'm so like hard. Once I did it, I'm done. Like I don't want to do it again.
Well, because it's so much work.
Yeah,
it's so much work. And I don't know about you. Like I'm very, and like I know this like might not be a popular thing to say as an artist, but like I am very product oriented. I hate doing everything that I have to do. Like people are like, I love writing, and I'm just like, I want to fucking die when I write.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I like is when I am on set, when I'm directing. Like that feels great to me. Literally everything else I have to do before the product is done, I'm just like, oh, can it just be done? Like I just want the thing to be done.
Yeah, I mean, you just fall into what. It's funny because I feel like I'm the opposite. I really like writing and sitting down and like trying to make myself laugh, or like I like that kind of solitude thing. And I am just a anxious wreck, even just directing with my friends and like trying to keep it moving and like trying to not waste time. And like, I mean, to the point where it's like, I don't enjoy that portion of it. And then I start to enjoy it again once I get into the editing. I'm like, well, wow, we really did get some good stuff. At first, I think we did not. At first, I think it was all for naught.
Oh, yeah.
And every shot is bad. And then it starts to come together.
Yeah. That is the worst. I mean, the first time you look at footage, like with this short that I have on the festival, quote unquote, circuit, whatever that means right now, it's like when I was like, I'm going to assistant edit this. I'm going to pull all of my best takes. I'm going to like, you know, because I have the skills to do that. And I opened the footage, and after 5 minutes, I like wanted to crawl into a hole and die. And I was like, oh, there's a reason directors don't AE, you know, it's like, I need, and then I was just like, fuck this. Go straight to an editor. Like I thought I was going to do that myself, and I'm just like, that was a dumb thought. Like you really need help.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I've done it enough with so many silly videos and things that like I was at least prepared enough that this last short that I'm still trying to finish. Like once I pulled up that first shot, because I was just like, I'm just going to edit it chronologically, basically shot it chronologically. And that one first shot, just trying to find a take and deciding like, at first I just didn't like any of the takes. And I was just like, I don't want to do this. I just don't want to go through this for everything. And then I just like picked one and moved on and it got better. You know, you get into a fever with it like anything else, but it's thing. What I like.
There's no right choice.
No, exactly.
You know, sometimes there isn't obviously a right choice, but sometimes there's just a choice to be made. And like,
it's all just decisions. It's just decisions. And like, that's the hard part about being on set for me, is just like, just making decisions after decision. This was bad. It was stupid, I think, to try to direct and act in it, something that I had written.
That's hard.
It was
hard.
I just don't think without like a profesh crew, like it was necessarily, but it was like really, I learned a lot, so it was fun, and it's almost done. I got some special effects. Did I tell you I got special effects finally?
I am so excited, Brian. I cannot wait to see this.
It's looking so cool, but my special effects dude, it was like, in my mind, it looks better than I ever thought it would, and it hasn't been color corrected yet. But he still wasn't done with. I just kind of sat over his shoulder and watched him work on special effects for like 8 hours, and then he gave me some like, he was like, I still have a bunch of stuff I want to do, but here's this. You can plug this in, and I plugged it in, and it looks great. And I started building the soundscape for the effects that he gave me, and like. I'm like
great.
loving it. It looks cool. I showed it to Reej. I was really excited. And then like this stuff happened and he's just got real busy with like so many different post projects.
Yeah.
He got like super
also
busy.
Because that line of work.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's like if you have any type of work, it's like you gotta hold on for dear life. And anybody who's in like post or animation, like people are still working. I mean, poor fucking Dimitri. Like he's working. He's working all the time.
I haven't talked to like Lur since this thing started. I guess it's just been crazy at Technicolor. So who knows?
Yeah, it's nuts.
It is nuts. So oh, sorry, I'm getting some the audio is falling apart every once in a while. This happens on the show. But I've been talking for about an hour, first half an hour to Dimitri, and now a half an hour to you. So
do people listen to the show?
Yeah, they listen live.
That's great. Is anybody listening now? Who's listening?
Yeah, there's a couple people listening now. Chisa and Kevin are in the chats.
Nice.
Yeah, more people listen after it's live, but
I like that.
It's fun that it's live. But anyway, thanks for jumping in and talking to me on the show.
Well, I'm thrilled to be on the show.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to talk to you.
Yeah,
I'm like loving talking on the phone with people. It's like my favorite thing now.
Totally, me too. I will talk on the phone for an hour and then talk on the show for an hour.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Like all I do is check on people, chat with people. So
absolutely. One time the audio cut out in the show and I continued to talk to the person for a good 20 minutes afterwards.
That's really fun.
That's what this show really is.
Brian, yeah, I really want to see this short when you're ready. Did I send you mine? You saw mine, right?
I saw yours a little while ago, and I knew it was going to be popular in the circuit.
Oh, thank you. We love the circuit.
Yeah, totally.
The broken circuit, as I'll call it now. Well, I'm excited to see your short. That's like my number one thing I'm very excited about. And also this music video you're working on. So you'll have to send those things to me. If you have a temp on this short, I no pressure though.
I'll send over what I got because who knows if it's gonna be months till the actual color corrected version is there.
Amazing. I'm excited.
Okay. Well, great. Suki, hang in there. Stay strong.
You hang in there too.
Will do.
It was so nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, Brian.
Bye.